Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming and welcome to our latest Horus Heresy battle report. Today we have the might of the Imperium, the Ultramarines, taking on the wrath of Fulgrim and the Emperor's children. Primarchs are deployed. We have Fulgrim and Roboute on the battlefield today. So today we are doing something slightly different. We are doing a Maelstrom mission. We are doing Cleanse and Control, and we are using the Horus Heresy double weekender cards. Objectives are down on the board, all in the middle. We have number 1 out in the open on the road. We have number 4 right on the edge of the deployment zone. We have number 3 up by the Fortress of Redemption. Number 2 around the back of the same fortress. Number 6 is down in the Hopper complex. And finally number 5 is out the front of the ruined Administratum building.
This is my 2,500 points of Emperor's Children Legion using the Age of Darkness Force Org. My Rite of War will be 3rd Company Elite. In the Lords of War choice, I brought the Phoenician, the Illuminator himself. He's taking the Warlord trait Child of Terror and armed with the Fireblade. My first HQ is Eidolon. As seen here, he is the Lord Commander armed with his Thunderhammer. My second HQ is a level 2 Librarian. I'm making use of the limited edition model as it's absolutely awesome. He will be rolling off Biomancy and he rolled for Iron Arm and Enfeeble. The first troops choice will be a unit of Cacophony with an Orchestrator denoted by the white helmet. He has Artificer Armour. They have a dedicated transport of a Rhino with a Dozer Blade and Pintle mounted multi-melter. The second troops choice is an exact carbon copy of that. Pintle mounted multi-melter, Orchestrator with Artificer Armour, Cacophony squad. The first elite's choice is a unit of Palatine Blades here. There is a Palatine Prefector armed with a Phoenix Spear, Artificer Armour and Melter Bomb. The rest are armed with Bolt Pistols and Charnable Sabres. My second elite choice is a unit of Tartarus Pattern Terminators. The Sergeant has a set of Lightning Claws, another Terminator has a set of Lightning Claws, and there are 3 Chain Fists and Combi Bolters. And they are in a dedicated transport of an Anvilus Pattern Dreadclaw. My only fast attack selection for this army is an Anvilus Pattern Dreadclaw. My Palatines Fulgrim, Lord Eidolon and the level 2 Librarian will be dropping down hopefully to get nice and close to Lord Guilliman. My first heavy support slot is a Sicaran Tank Destroyer armed with the absolute dead beam gun with a Dozer Blade. Finally, rounding out the list is a Leviathan in a Lucius Pattern Dreadnought Drop Pod. He is armed with a Snippy Claw and Drill with Volkite nipple guns.
HQ for the Ultramarines today, I'm taking my Siegebreaker. This guy comes equipped in Cataphractii Terminator armour with a Thunderhammer and a Combi Volkite pistol. Second HQ choice, I'm taking my Chaplain. This guy has a Plasma pistol and is upgraded to Artificer armour. Into troops, I'm taking a 10-man tactical squad, all equipped with bolters. There is a Nuncio Vox in here. The Sergeant has a Power Sword and Artificer armour, and they are in their Rhino. Exactly the same loadout for my second tactical squad. So Nuncio Vox is giving me line of sight across the battlefield, and they're obviously in their Rhino, bit of mobility there. Elites, I am taking my Invictaris squad, all equipped with the Legatine axes and boarding shields. Next elite choice, I am taking my Apothecary. So this guy, again, upgraded to Artificer armour and is there for his Feel No Pain. Third elite choice, I'm taking my Quad Mortars. These guys have Phosphex thanks to the Siegebreaker, and they also have Shatter Shells. Into heavy support, I'm taking my Spartan. This is equipped with Flare Shield and Ceramite armour, and obviously has the las cannons and the heavy bolter. So my Invictaris, the Chaplain and the Apothecary will be in there. Second heavy support, I'm taking my Leviathan Dreadnought, Graflux Bombard, Siege Drill and Phosphex on him. Third heavy support choice, I'm taking my Scorpius Whirlwind, sitting at the back of the battlefield using those Nuncio Voxes to get me some casualties. Into fast attack, I'm taking my Xiphon Flyer. I do love this thing. It comes on and it is designed to pop tanks. So hopefully that is what it will be doing for me today. And finally, my Lord of War is Roboute Guilliman. The Primarch himself is on the battlefield. He is my Warlord. He is in control of this Ultramarines force today. But because he is on the board, I can give Tank Hunter, Implacable Advance, or Interceptor to one of my units. So these guys, my quad mortars, have interceptor today. So that is my 2,500 points of Ultramarines facing off against the Emperor's Children. The first of the rhinos with the Cacophony Marines is in the deployment zone. It is right next to Objective 5, hunkered down between two of the ruined buildings. Next we have the Venator. I know these things are horrible. This thing needs to die and die quite quickly. And the only other thing to deploy for the Emperor's Children is the second of the rhinos with the Cacophony Marines in right by Objective 4 on the left-hand flank of the battlefield. That is it. Everything else is in drop pods. Knowing that we've got quite a lot coming on in drop pods, the Ultramarines have deployed. The quad mortars are in the buildings together, supported by Leviathan, Dreadnought, Spartan in the middle of the battlefield, ready to counteract the drop pods coming in. We have the Scorpius, we have the first of the rhinos and the Siegebreaker, and the second of the rhinos on the right-hand flank, ready to react. So it is the Emperor's Children to go first, unless I can seize, which I do. Objectives for this turn, I've got advanced, which is score 1 victory point if you secure objective 2. 2 if it's in your deployment zone, which it is not in this game. Walls of Terror, I've got to hold more objectives, or at least 2 objective markers, and control more than your opposing player at the end of your turn. And Headhunter, which is basically kill an enemy off within 3 inches of objectives during the assault phase. So with Walls of Terror in mind, the Rhino has bashed through the building. The tactical squad have got out, so they are securing me objective 1. The Spartan has moved up as well with its last cannons, looking at popping maybe the Rhino that's in the deployment zone for the Emperor's Children. Second of the Rhinos moved up. The squad have got out. That is objective 2. So that is worth part of my Walls of Terror and part of my advance objective as well, so that would be nice to score them. The only other thing to move this turn is Leviathan Dreadnought. That has moved through the buildings and ready to lay some fire down on the Emperor's Children. So we had night fighting in the first turn, but that cover didn't help Tom out or the Emperor's Children. The first of the rhinos is immobilised. It's also lost its multi-melter. The guys are staying inside. This thing has 1 hull point left. It was opened up at by the Spartan with the las cannons down there. So we had a 3-up save with night fighting and the cover. Some epic dice rolling from Tom meant that he was lost 2 hull points. Immobilised and weapon destroyed. Happy days. The Venator is down a hull point. That was from the Scorpius Whirlwind. It's got 2 left. It has taken a little bit of pounding. It's also weapon destroyed, and the heavy bolters on the top have gone. And then finally the quad mortars opened up with their shatter shells at the Rhino down here, taking off all of the hull points. And the Cacophony Marines are out within 3 inches. So at the end of the turn, I score Walls of Terror because I hold objective 1 and objective 2. And I also score advance because I hold objective 2. We have Test of Honour, so that's basically score more objective markers than me. We have advance, but this time it is objective marker 1, which my tactical squads are on. And then there is only war, which is score 1 victory point if you control objective marker 4. So objective marker 4 is right by the side of the immobilised Rhino, so the guys have got out, holding on to that objective there. The Venator has moved around a little bit, giving it a shot at the Spartan, but the Dreadclaws come in and has been intercepted by the quad mortars and removed all of the hull points. So this thing is now giving me a slightly better cover save. The Terminators that are inside have got out. They're looking at objective 1 and the guys that are on there. So they can't go into combat this turn because of the way they've come in via deep strike. But there's going to be a lot of shots. We also have Roboute, the Invictaris Marines, inside the Spartan, maybe looking at getting out and taking on the threat of the Terminators. And then finally, the Cacophony Marines that were inside of the destroyed Rhino have rallied. They are no longer pinned, and these guys are on objective 5. So as we head into the Emperor's Children shooting phase, the Spartan's going to take some hits, and let's see if they can do as much damage as the Ultramarines did. Cacophony Marines that hold on to objective 4 opened up at the tactical squad down here on Objective 1, killing off 8 of them. Terminators ran. The tactical squad failed their morale check and ran away, so the Artificer Armour, Sergeant and the Nuncio Vox are still alive, but they will rally on a 10 next turn because I am Ultramarines. However, 2 of the Cacophony guys were pulled down while their weapons getting hot, so there's 2 less down here. The Venator opened up at the Spartan, but with everything in its way, it was a 4-up cover. It was a pen, but luckily I managed to save it. And then these guys, well, these guys haven't actually shot. So, at the end of the turn, the Emperor's Children score 2 victory points, which is holding on to more objectives than the opponent, and I've only got 1 now, and Tom has 2 with the Cacophony Marines. Objectives for this turn, I've kept hold of Headhunter, so I've got to kill something in the assault phase. Hold on to Objective 5 with the first advance card, and then the second advance card is hold on to Objective 1. Now, I'm never going to score Objective 5 because Cacophony Marines are on it and nothing of mine is anywhere near, so I'm going to try and clear them off a little bit with the Leviathan Dreadnought. Gravflux Bombard is going to go in and land on these guys. I don't think Phosphex is in range, but if it is, I might launch that as well. Quad Mortars haven't moved, they can't shoot this turn because of intercept last turn. Down in the middle of the battlefield, the guys have got back inside the Rhino. The Spartan has moved up. Roboute Guilliman, the Invictaris Marines are out. They're looking at the Terminators that are on Objective 1 because I need that objective. 2 Tactical Marines have rallied and the Siegebreaker has moved out of the building. We are going to be going in to combat down here. The Xiphon Flyer is on, looking at the Venator. Leviathan Dreadnought opened up with his Gravflux Bombard, killing off 3 of the Cacophony Marines down here. They have passed a morale check, they're all good. Obviously it stays in play because it is now dangerous terrain. So yes, and the Objective 5 is right in the middle of that blast this turn. The Venator is gone. Opened up at by the Xiphon Interceptor. Hit with the last cannons but did no damage, but then it was the missiles. The missiles did the damage down here, taking it off the board. 2 of the Terminators have been pulled down. That was fire from the Invictaris Marines, the Apothecary, the Chaplain, Roboute, Siegebreaker, and the 2 remaining guys down there. So they've all opened up, killing off 2 of them. It's going to be into assault. So we made it into combat. The Terminator Sergeant has issued a challenge. One of my Invictaris Marines has accepted. So Roboute is going first because I'm using the Gladius in Sandor. Basically, I get 6 attacks on the charge, and I need 3s to hit. Re-rolling. 3s to hit. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll take that. And then basically I need 2s, and it's an AP2 weapon, and I have Shred. So, 2s. They've all hit and wounded. So because they're Tartarus Marines, they get a 5-up invuln save. It's... Yeah, they're dead. So at the end of the Ultramarines' second turn, I score Headhunters, because I have killed somebody off within 3 inches of an objective during the assault phase, and I have hold of Objective 1. So that's an extra 2 victory points to the Ultramarines. So we have March of War, which is score Objective 1, which obviously Roboute, quite a lot of Ultramarines are on at the moment. We have Comrades in Arms, which is score 2 victory points if you score Objective 2 and Objective 5. So Objective 5 is with the Gravflux on, and 2 is back towards the Ultramarines deployment zone. And we have Last Stand as well, which is score 1 victory point if you have more units within 12 inches at the centre of the board, or D3 victory points if you score have more scoring units in 12 inches of the centre of the table. Cacophony Marines that were holding on to Objective 5 have backed up. They felt the full force of Gravflux and weren't happy about it, so they've backed up a little bit. Down here, the Cacophony Marines from the other Rhino have moved forward. They're looking at laying some shots down on the Ultramarines. Leviathan has finally come in. It is in on its drop pod. It's scattered back 8 inches from where Tom put it, but he has got out, so we have a bit of a threat here. The only person really to hurt it can be Guilliman or the Siegebreaker down here. Fulgrim has decided not to join the battle. Not just yet. Both of the Cacophony Marines opened up at the Invictaris squad, killing off one of them this turn, and another one was pulled down by the Leviathan with his melter guns, nipples. So melted one to the face, which is a little bit unfortunate. At the end of this turn for the Emperor's Children, there are no victory points scored. Ultramarines objectives for turn 3. We've got the March of War, which is score objective 5. I did actually drop the last advanced one with hold objective 5, but it's reappeared in a different form. We have to hold objective 6 with my new advanced card, and there is only War, which is control objective marker 2. So with hold objective 2 in mind, the troops are out, back out of the Rhino, holding me that one. Leviathan has moved around, maybe looking at Gravflux and the surviving Cacophony Marines. These guys are now free to shoot as well because they didn't intercept the Leviathan Dreadnought as it came down, so Phosphex will be going off this turn as well. Down here, Roboute, the Siegebreaker and the Tactical Marines have moved up. They're looking at going into Leviathan Dreadnought. Let's clear that out of the game. Rhino's moved up, and the Spartan, with its one last cannons that sponsor that can see, will open up at the Dreadnought. Cacophony Marines down here are down to 3 of them. Phosphex opened up, hitting and killed off quite a few. I killed off 3 actually, because 2 up armour save on the one guy means that he tanked a lot of them before he got pulled down. Gravflux opened up as well. Down here, killing off a couple more, so we're down to 3 remaining here. Spartan opened up at the drop pod, no damage done. And then finally, the 3 remaining Cacophony Marines down here were opened up at by the Scorpius. The Sergeant in the Artificer armour survived, failed a morale check, and disappeared off the battlefield. We're going to be going into assault. I think we're going to have to do it. We need to try and clear off this Leviathan. So everybody made it into combat down here. Luckily for me, some epic dice rolling to get them in. And Tom is going to put the attacks on Leviathan into the Invictaris squad with Guilliman in. So, because the Invictus are weapon skill 5, we are hitting on 4s. There's 1 6. Oh, it's only 1 hit. Wow. It's just simple 2s to wound me. So we have a wound. Right, I'm going to take this hit on Roboute. It's a 4-up rerollable invuln save. He's all good. Happy days. Time to pop this little bugger. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit with a melter bomb from the Sergeant in the tactical squad. I need 4s. Oh, it's a 2. Next to go is my Siegebreaker. So this guy is hitting on 4s. Oh, wow. That went well. So next to go, it's Roboute. He's hitting with the Hand of Dominion. I need 3s to hit. A few hits. What's that one now? That's a 5. But I get to re-roll these. So, 1 more hit. So I've got 5 hits, and now I need 3s to glance, 4s to pen. Oh, there's 3 pens. So now, obviously, because Leviathan, he gets his 4-up invuln saves. Oh, 2 are saved. 1's gone through. So the good thing is about this Power Fist, it's a AP1 weapon. Oh, it's only a 3. He's down a whole point. So the end of my turn, I only managed to score. There is only War for holding on to objective 2. So the new objective for this turn, we have the March of War, which is score objective 3, which is all the way here by the destroyed drop pod and the Fortress of Redemption. The Cacophony Marines have moved up 5 inches through the crater, keeping away from the Phosphex. And then the big thing this turn is that Fulgrim is on the drop pod landed in. He's decided to stay in. He's being a coward. He's going to see what the Leviathan does for the turn of combat before getting out and probably annoying me. So the Dreadclaw is up in the air. It is skimming. It's gone 6 inches. These guys down here managed to run a mighty 1 inch, and we are heading straight into assault. So Leviathan is going to put his hits onto the Siegebreaker on weapon skill 5, so we need 4s. Oh, we've got a 1. Oh, we've got 2 hits. Now we need 2s to wound. Wouldn't you know it? So the melter bomb from the Sergeant went on, no damage done. My Siegebreaker, I've rolled the hits. I hit 4 times. And then I got 2 penetrating hits, 2 6s. It's going to be over to the invuln saves. 2 4-ups needed. It's a 6 and a 4.
Oh, Slaanesh.
Yeah, it's Slaanesh. So after 2 lucky saves, it's over to Roboute, and I need 3s to hit, but don't get my reroll this turn. 3s to hit. I've got 2 6s, 4 6s, and a 3. So now I need 3s to glance, 4s to pen. So we've got 4 pens. Quite happy with that. So 4 4-up saves needed.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, there's 3 penetrating hits. So let's see if he actually goes boom. Oh, which he does. Of course he does. And there's a big group of people around him. How far does the explosion reach? Just 2 inches. So now we have to add a D3 to the radius because it's Leviathan. So it's gone 2 inches plus another 3 inches. That's 5 inches in total. The strength of the blast is strength 4. But again, we have to add a D3. Oh, it's just a 1 this time. So it's strength 5. In the resulting explosion, I lost 1 of my suzerains. So I'm only down to 2 of those remaining now. And again, at the end of that turn, there are no victory points scored for the Emperor's Children. So my 3 new objectives for turn 4 are There is Only War, the March of War, and Advance. And all of them are hold objective 6, which is all the way down here by the hoppers. So that's all of a sudden become really important. So with that in mind, the troops have moved up. I'm going to run them as well. Leviathan has moved around, looking at killing off these 3 Cacophony Marines down here. It's the last of the troop choices down here, so I'll get these guys gone. There is no scoring going on for the Emperor's Children. So Phosphex and Grav from the Quad Mortars and the Leviathan will be dropping down here. Round here, the Siphon is back on. It is looking at taking out the Claw. The Rhino has moved up 12, hopefully getting me Linebreaker next turn. And then the Siegebreaker has joined the 2 Tactical Marines, and Roboute and the guys have moved forward as well. So if this thing does go pop and the guys get out, we're nicely within charge range. And the Spartans also moved around as well, just to give me a couple of extra shots in there. Tactical squad have ran. They've ran 5 inches, so they're getting closer and closer to objective 6. The Quad Mortars opened up with their Phosphex shells down here, killing off the remaining 3 Cacophony Marines. And then I think the big news of the game is the Spartan opened up at the Dreadclaw drop pod, destroying it. Everybody got out down here, and then these guys are opened up at by the Scorpius Whirlwind, the Xiphon Flyer, the 2 remaining Marines, and the Siegebreaker. So down here, because of all the shots, 2 of the Palatine Blades have gone, and 2 wounds have been put onto Fulgrim. That was quite a good turn, but I don't score any victory points in that because objective 6 is so damn important to the Ultramarines. So the new objective for the Emperor's Children this turn is There Is Only War, which is hold objective 2, which is right in the middle of the battlefield at the Ultramarines' half. So that one's probably not going to happen. In the movement phase, Fulgrim and the guys moved up. In the psychic phase, Iron Arm went off onto the Librarian, and then Smite was denied the Witch. So Fulgrim and the Palatine Blades made it into the first tactical squad. They didn't manage to make the disorderly charge into Roboute and the guys. So it is Fulgrim to hit first. There's a challenge been issued. The Siegebreaker has accepted. So here we go. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s, because I master crafted. There's 2 1s in there.
Oh no, it's only re-roll 1 miss.
Oh, 1 miss. Oh, okay. And then that's quite a lot of hits though. That's 6 hits. Yeah. 2s to wound, 6s are instant death, re-rolling 1s. There's a 1 there that's an instant death. There's 3 instant deaths there.
4 instant deaths.
4 instant deaths, wow.
Yeah, and 2 wounds.
And 2 wounds, happy days. So my Siegebreaker has a 4-up invuln save. I'm going to have to roll these 1 at a time. So let's see if they carry over. So he's dead, and there's 3 left. So that's the squad wiped out. So Fulgrim and the guys have obviously wiped that squad out. They've consolidated up. They've got closer to the Invictaris and to Roboute. It's going to be interesting down here. I'm going to open up as much as firepower as I can at them and then get into combat. Tactical squad have moved up onto objective 6, so that should be 3 guaranteed victory points down there. Leviathan has moved up. He's out of range of everything now, so he's just having a bit of a stroll. My Rhino has moved up. It is now securing me Linebreaker. Roboute, the Invictaris squad, and the Spartan have all moved round. They're going to try and put as much firepower into this squad as well. I am tempted to drop Phosphex in here as well, maybe on the back. So if it scatters back, I get the Crawling Death to come back my way and hit them. I'm just really worried about getting off my own Invictaris Marines. Do I do it? We opened up with everything that we had into this squad, taking a wound on the Librarian, and then I went big or go home, and I opened up with the Phosphex, killing off the 3 remaining Palatine Blades, and 2 wounds off Eidolon. The Librarian was hurt during the rest of the shooting. So Fulgrim's down to 4, the Librarian's down to 1, and Eidolon's down to 1 wound as well. I think Roboute will be going in. We've made it into combat. There's a challenge been issued by Roboute. His former brother of Fulgrim has accepted. It's Primarch on Primarch time. So here we go then. Fulgrim hits first. He's got 7 attacks. He needs 3s to hit, re-rolling 1 failure because of Mastercrafted. Ooh, there's a few 6s. Re-rolling the 1. It's a 2. So 3s to wound, re-rolling 1s. So there's a 2 there. I've got 3 wounds. So one of them was a 6, which is an instant death, but obviously he's a Primarch. So I just need my Invuln save 4 up, which I don't do, so I take a wound. But I get to re-roll it. He's all good. And then 2 more Invuln saves. Takes a wound.
You get feel no pain.
But I get my feel no pain against that. No, takes a wound. So next to go is the Chaplain. And we have to take the toughness, or the highest toughness, because there's 2 guys in here with different toughness values. You have to take the highest, so that's toughness 8. Damn. So the Chaplain needs 4s to hit, but obviously with Zealot he gets to re-roll. 4s to hit. Do you know what? I'll take that. There's 4. We'll re-roll. Oh, they all hit. But I need 6s to wound. And I get 1 6. 2 up save. It's a 1. The Librarian was pulled down in that fight, but obviously he's the same initiative step as the Chaplain, so he gets to hit back. So 4s to hit with the 3 dice.
Sorry.
Where's that one gone? There it is. So 2 hits. He needs 2s to wound me, but he has got smash off this turn, so he could instant kill me. So there's 2 wounds. So I'm going to put these on the Invictaris Marines. They have a 5 up in combat. There's 1 saved and 1 failed, but I have feel no pain because of my Chaplain. No, I have feel no pain because of my Apothecary, which I don't do, so one of my Invictaris Marines has died. So next to hit, I'm going to hit with my Apothecary. So this guy has 4 attacks. He needs 4s to hit. I've hit twice, but with Zealot, because my Chaplain is still alive, I hit 3 times. Now I need 4s to wound. 2 wounds. So we've got 2 2-up saves to make. 1 saved, 1 gone. Eidolon has been pulled down by an Apothecary. And the next to go is the Invictaris Marine. So he's going to hit into the challenge. So I'm going to need 4s to hit and 6s to wound Fulgrim. So 4s to hit first. Ooh, 2 misses. Zealot. Still 2 misses. So 1 hit. I need a 6, which is a 2. The Invictaris Marine failed to do any damage, but it's now over to Guilliman hitting with his big nasty power fist. I need 4s to hit, but I've got to reroll because of my Chaplain. So 4s to hit, 1 miss. With a reroll, they've all hit. I now need 2s to wound. Ooh, only 5 wounds. So Fulgrim has a 3-up Invuln save. He's made them all, every single one of them. Damn him. So, because Fulgrim made a 6 save with his Gilded Panoply, I have to take a blind check, and a 6 always fails, and I rolled a 6, so these guys are all blind. Roboute Guilliman's back up to full wounds, because I managed to pass my It Will Not Die, so we're back up to maximum, and we score 3 victory points for holding on to Objective 6. So we're going straight into combat in the Emperor's Children turn 5. He doesn't care about objectives anymore. It's just Fulgrim left. Can he slay Roboute? Because I'm blinded, I am down to weapon skill 1, so he's hitting me on 3s. Oh, there's a lot of misses in here. One mastercrafted hit. So, we got 4 hits. He needs 3s, re-rolling 1s. 2 misses. One of them is instant death, so I will take that on a 4-up. Happy days. And then the next one on a 4-up as well. Happy days. Rest of them are going to have a pop at Fulgrim before Guilliman swings. So Chaplain is first. He's hitting on 5s because he's blind. I get 1 hit. And now I am wounding on 4s because of his power mace. No wounds. And now the Apothecary hitting on 5s. 1 hit. And wounding on 6s. No wounds from the Apothecary. Finally, the Invictarus hitting on 6s. So, because the Invictarus Marine hit with a 6 in the Legatine Axe, that means he's automatically wounded. So, we're straight into a 3-up save. Takes a wound. Fulgrim is down to 3. It's Roboute's turn to hit him now. So, hitting on 5s again because of the blind. We've got 2 hits. This time I'm wounded on 2s because I'm hitting with the Power Fist again. 2 wounds. He needs 3-ups. We've rolled 1. 1 was cocked, so he's going to re-roll that one. It's taken another wound, and that means that he's been hit with a concussive Power Fist as well. So there we go. Fulgrim is down to 2, but we're at the end of turn 5. So do we get a turn 6? Yes, we do. For the hell of it, I've taken 3 new objective cards, and I can only score hold objective 6, which is the March of War one there. So my tactical squad are going to stay still. In the movement phase, I've kind of moved my Leviathan up just because I can, and it's going to be straight into combat. With only 2 wounds left, Guilliman's going to go first. He's hitting with the Gladius in Sandor. Fulgrim will be hitting last because of concussive. I need 3s to hit him. They've all hit. The sword is +1 to my strength, so Guilliman becomes strength 7. It also has shred and murderous strike, so I need 3s. Ooh, good thing for shred. So with my shred rolls, only 1 misses. So we've got 4 invuln saves only, and Tom is going to roll them 1 at a time.
For Slanesh, that's 1 fail.
That's 1 wound. Second roll with 1 wound left. Passed. There's 1 left. Passed. He's alive with 1 wound, but my Invictarus Marine, my Chaplain, and my Apothecary are going to try and kill off Fulgrim. Next up is my Chaplain. I need 4s and 4s. So 4s to hit, 1 hit. 4s to wound, 1 wound. So we're on 1 wound at the moment. Apothecary is going to hit next. So 2 hits, and now 6s to wound. No wounds from the Apothecary. And now my Invictarus Marine. 4s to hit. No hits. So all Fulgrim has got left is 1 wound. And I've managed to do 1 hit on 1 wound on him. So it's a 1, 2 up. Will Fulgrim fall to a lonely little Chaplain? Roll me a 1. It's a 6. He's still alive. Because Roboute Guilliman is now 9, weapon skill 9, he needs 4s to hit me. Ooh, there's 3 hits. Mastercrafted roll 4 hits. It's 3s to wound, re-rolling any 1s. Yeah, we'll do that as cocked. You can re-roll that. I'll be generous. Yeah. Shouldn't have been. That's 4 wounds on Roboute. So we've got 2 instant deaths, which means I need to roll my 4-ups, which I save 1, take a wound, and I get to re-roll that. So he's fine with 2 6s, and I've only got 2 more to do. So 2 more invuln saves at 4-up. And I then get Feel No Pain, which I pass. So now it's Fulgrim's turn to hit. He needs 3s or 4s. Ooh, Mastercrafted.
Oh dear.
So I only get 4 hits. 3s to wound.
You roll in the 1. That's another 1.
Ooh.
So 2 instant deaths, 2 wounds.
2 wounds, 2 instant deaths. The instant death... Oh, 1's passed, 1's failed, but I get to re-roll that. So no, takes a wound. And then 2 wounds. Passes both of them. So I'm going to hit with Roboute first. 5 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, hello. Cheeky, only 1. 3s to wound, which I do a wound. Invuln save, which he passes. Chaplain first, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on 6s. No wounds. Apothecary next, same again, hitting on 4s, wounding on 6s. So 1 hit, no wounds. Hitting on 4s with the Invictaris Suzerain. 1 hit, 1 automatic wound. Again, it's a 6 needed. It's not, so we got 1 more wound. 1 2-up or Fulgrim is dead.
Oh, it's 3-up.
No, 1 3-up or Fulgrim is dead.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, bye-bye, Fulgrim. That is it. Fulgrim has fallen down to a lonely 1 remaining Invictaris Suzerain. That felt good, killing off Fulgrim. After the last time we faced each other, he killed Roboute. So the Ultramarines win that game 12-2 on victory points. So the guys, we're just going to do the end of game review. As you can see, Tom's a little bit upset about how that game went. That was a really good game for the Ultramarines. I think they performed quite well. That's quite a strong list for 2,500 points. The reason we've done 2,500 points is we've got the GT coming up soon, and while it's 2,000, it kind of allows us to make selections on what to drop. And obviously, Guilliman probably won't be going with me to the GT. But yeah, that was quite a strong Ultramarines list. Units of the game are either going to be Roboute Guilliman himself, because he actually did something and didn't die. He killed off your Terminators.
Yep.
He pretty much did a lot of damage to Fulgrim as well. Admittedly, he was killed by the Invictaris Marine. Also with the Quad Mortars with the Phosphex and the Shatter Shells, they were quite nasty today. I think the Shatter Shells allow me to pop tanks, and the Phosphex obviously allow me to kill off the troops, as they did quite nicely. How about you, Ty? How did you feel that went for your Emperor's Children?
Yeah, I think that went as well for the Emperor's Children as it went for those in Istvan 5. The Loyalists, that's what it felt like.
Revenge.
Rich invited me over for a friendly game. Brought over a friendly list with a few drop pods, a few Terminators, some dubstep Marines, and then I get Spartan trundled up, and the best part was he seized on me. So yeah.
That, I think, was probably one of the biggest game changers of this. I think if you'd have gone first, your Leviathan Dreadnought would have come in the drop pod, and you'd have placed it probably differently because you're countering what I was doing. So I think me seizing made that game a lot different and probably allowed the Ultramarines to win easier, I think.
Oh yeah. So what did I kill? I killed 1 unit of tacticals and your siege thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, and a couple of Swizzerines.
Yeah, you killed off 4 Suzerains, you killed off my Siegebreaker, you killed off 1 tactical squad, and I, apart from the drop pod for Leviathan Dreadnought, tabled you.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, yeah, it was a friendly game, friendly list with Phosphex Quad Mortars.
It was a friendly list.
No, I think against that, yeah, I needed some more speed and mobility, because once you pop the drop pods with your Interceptor,
yeah,
or just shoot them out the sky with the Xiphon or the Spartan, I was on the ground, and then you were just able to quad mortar me.
See, that's the thing, because Roboute's on the battlefield, he can give Tank Hunter, Interceptor or Implacable Advance to 1 unit. So obviously give him a Quad Mortars Interceptor with their Shatter Shell. And it just made a massive, great big difference. It really did. And they performed very, very well today. And when I did the Danger Close at the end of the game with the Phosphex and managed to kill off the rest of your Power Time Blades, do a lot of damage to Eidolon and to the Librarian, it made going into combat a lot easier. And it really did. And that was quite good.
I mean, I'll be honest, my dice rolls, you saw some of them film, shocking today.
They weren't brilliant.
So it was like when I had that 7-inch charge to make it into both of your units, and then you would have got to charge me.
Yeah.
So I don't want to struck first. It's just small things like that.
You're 1 inch off that.
Yeah, it was just terrible dice rolls.
So I think you're going to go melt your dice and buy some more.
Microwave them, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to do that.
Especially for the GT.
So there you go then, guys. Please leave us a comment. What do you think of the lists? The Ultra list was quite strong. I enjoyed facing that list, actually. I quite enjoyed facing drop pods. Again, if I'd have gone second for the first turn, I've had to counter where the drop pods are coming in, so it was nice being able to seize. So yeah, that was a good fun list, and I really enjoyed playing Tom and his Emperor's Children, and it's the second time we faced each other, and it's 1 win apiece now, so we're going to have a third game to decide it, and we might ramp it up a little bit.
Really? How are we going to ramp it up? Are you going to bring more Phosphex Quad Mortars? Why not some Phosphex Medusas, you know?
Oh, I could do. No.
Yeah.
What I would probably do is, if you really wanted to go all out, I could take my Glaive when that's finished and a Knight's House allied attachment. Is that a yes or a no? I'm guessing no from that face.
That's I'm just trying to sum up how filth that would be. I'd give it a go, and you know what? I think if you were nice and didn't take any armoured Ceramite and anything, I reckon I could have a go at it.
I'm not going to lie, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
But, you know...
That's how I feel after today's game.
You're probably talking a 4,000 point game at that point.
Oh, wow.
You probably are, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that for the Lord of War points.
Yeah, and I'd take Guilliman as a HQ choice.
What's the take?
So I could take my Glaive as a Lord of War choice for my Ultramarines and then do my allied attachment of the two knights.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why don't you just bring your Reaver when you get that painted up?
Because that's
bring that along as well, you know. I mean, might as well.
Yeah, could do.
There's no Phosphex Quad Mortis.
I'll tell you what, I'll do an allied attachment of Orcs and I'll take 2 Stompers.
Ooh. You know what, I actually think Emperor's Children versus Orcs would be a good game.
I'm tempted to get a 30k game on my Ultramarines versus my Orcs.
Yeah.
So they'd obviously have to use their 40k rules, which would be a bit against 30k Ultramarines. But I reckon that'd be quite an interesting fight.
No, I've played Orcs, their 40k rules versus my Emperor's Children, and it's actually quite balanced.
Okay.
Because their 40k rules are so weak, almost makes it 30k.
Yeah, true.
So, well, if you obviously did Eldar versus 30k, it wouldn't. There's no point.
No. So I might do that. I might do it like pre-Horus Heresy Battle Report, Ultramarines versus Orcs. What do you think? Do you think that's a good thing? Let me know and I'll try and get that on the channel quite soon. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Please leave us a like. It does really help out the channel and we will see you guys on the next one.